Hey guys, I'm RozaldVaneGAME, and welcome back to another episode of Vampyr. Where we last left off was we basically ran around getting through to Whitechapel, I think is the location's called. We basically went through, blasted through like a region of danger. I booted this game up after a little of a break, so there might be some new encounters out of nowhere. In some of the previous areas, so I'm hoping not to return to there for a while, but just keep you guys in mind that we may have to return back to the hospital after dealing with whatever business this particular building has. But yeah, we haven't really explored anything more than just parts of Whitechapel so far. I've got some information, but yeah, let's get into this game and continue it. Yeah, I haven't really checked anywhere around here. There might be some respawning of like resource locations like the trash cans and stuff like that, which is nice. I like that we get the resource we need. Excuse me while I try to... To the citizens of London, curfew, official health warning. Curfew will be sounded at 9 p.m. by the church bells. All citizens must keep off the streets from that time until 5 a.m. Until further notice has been implemented due to the curfew not open until 9 p.m. Okay. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, in the last episode we did fight a bunch of enemies. I think we got a lot of XP. 790 XP is pretty big to me. I mean, we haven't hit 1,000 yet, so it seems dangerous. Yeah, it's like a scowl area. Okay. Let me pick up this item. Yeah, let's continue into the story stuff. I did say I was gonna go story. I'm just taking my time looking at the areas around to see if we are gonna head there eventually, but we'll see. Hello.
What do you want?
The way
Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Investigate. He has bronchitis, which is pretty... So it's Darius Petruscu? Oh, he disappeared.
There's nobody here.
Darn it. I didn't get to investigate what he was doing because it was hard for me to notice what was going on until literally the guy walked off, I think. Oh. Oh, there he is. I didn't even know he was over there. Oh, the nurse.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Stray poet?
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Huh. Strange. Can I actually open this door?
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay, so we're gonna have to find an indirect route to get in. I feel like this is kind of like a weird long-winded way of trying to get the player to like unknown. Okay, so we'll have to see who that is.
Peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours.
Wait, didn't Clayton die?
I prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
It says find Clayton in the area, but I'm like, isn't Clayton dead? I killed him last time.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Okay. What do you got for trade?
Right then. Show me what you have.
Oh, he has like the materials I kind of sort of need. Not really yet. I do have some items to sell, I think. I did pick up a ring randomly, so I can sell this for good values. For sure. I'm gonna still keep the wedding ring that related to Clay Cox, so we'll probably do that. These pills I'm gonna dismantle for other reasons. I do got one cigarette case, so I'll do that. These bottles goes for only one shilling. I'll sell one, I guess. Might as well. And I'll probably sell one for this as well. Okay. No, I want to talk to this guy in general.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose...
You never lose your focus.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then?
What?
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Yeah.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Okay, that's kind of dumb. Just because you don't like her methods doesn't give you every right to call her a female dog, dude. The B word. Like, that's not right. Just because you don't like it. This guy's just a haggler. He just wants to take whatever, like, thing to sell for business. It's so dumb. Like, can you not be like this?
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Interesting. So that guy we saw earlier, Joe, has some beef with merchants, but mostly with Barrett.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Maybe you're the cause of the issues.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever. Madness. Something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Ooh, so that means that gives us, investigations to go grab that item for ourselves. I don't think I would care to give it back to this guy, because I'd rather just take it for myself, because this guy doesn't deserve it.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Yeah, maybe because they're just scowls. They're just vampires without thoughts, of course. Nothing? Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Gladly be able to learn who that guy is, at least. Hello.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
What is that bell ringing for? Is it morning time? Am I gonna have to run for it?
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Yeah, I think she wants to keep it very quiet and very hush-hush.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
I love that.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
I mean, I can kill you just fine either, because I'm a vampire.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job?
Oh.
So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
I see. So this is Clay Cox's sort of like right-hand man, isn't it? Because I think Wet Boot Boys are Clay's particular group. You could have refused, I guess. Or survival is a natural law. I guess that is true though. This is a hard choice because I want to do this, but I also want to do this. And I don't know which one is a good choice to take. I'll take survival.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Oh, that's interesting. So he trusted him back then, but now he doesn't, which is interesting. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
But don't you try dare bullying me, because I'll bully you to death.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Let me in!
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Oh.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Oh yeah, just loot. I'm just looting his house anyways. Okay, I'll talk to Harry proper after I steal some of his items of resources. I mean, truth be told, I don't think it matters anyways.
It's locked.
Oh, refusal letter? Job refusal letter? Dear Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you that of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. Interesting. So this guy tried to get a job with the dockyard folks, but it failed for Joe. Okay, so Joe is the father of Harry down there. If you ever suspect someone to be a vampire, don't try to kill it yourself. You have no chance. There we go. Sorry, that's like, what am I reading? Alright, just another note to the collection. I believe it's the guard of prison, I think. Alright, cool. So yeah, he just has the key thing in my bobber. I'm wondering if we can brainwash folks to give us their keys. Because I don't want to try to kill them just to get the keys to open up their crate for secrets or information. This makes no sense. It makes no sense at all for me. Oh, I stole this.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
How sad.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Oof. This kid is so sad.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Is this kid having a sickness? Oh, he has fatigue. I have medicine for fatigue. But do I want to hand it to him is the question.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
Okay, here you go.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Hippocratic Oath achievement unlocked. So basically, because I gave 10 people medicine. I mean, I kind of personally, like, wanted to at least keep these people sane and healthy at least. I'm the type of person who likes to manage these kind of things, but I hate the fact that it's like almost every time when I need to transition to the next day, especially with the fact that it's tied to the upgrade tree. It's cool that it ties itself to sleeping and you're upgrading your abilities and your person, but the problem to that is that I don't like the fact that everybody changes with the health. Their health basically changes over the next day. So basically, it just keeps me. It forces me to keep myself at a certain level for a while, a long while, before I get before I take that worth of upgrading really heavily.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Yikes, he just hates his father that much.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
No, and also the worst part of it is that the father is like not making the whole place any better. He's just making it worse. You have a place to call home, your situation can only improve. True.
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place?
Yeah.
Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Ooh, this guy is very, very depressed. So he doesn't like the people who are around here that are living. That's kind of crazy.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
Yeah.
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Maybe it's something to do with the wife causing his father to become super duper angsty and very, very like pissed off about everything.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Maybe.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
True.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
That's so stupid, though. You're not doing it for your kid if you're joining a gang that literally ruins your reputation. One, it ruins your reputation. Two, it makes the whole situation of everybody around pissed off and like angry about it, but also not happy about anything. And three, you're just a local bully, basically. You're a hired hand for being bullies.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
Yeah, he
Can't
did.
say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities. But I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's Like I can't find my place.
You know, a part of me feels like Harry
Goodbye,
is
young
like...
man. Take care of yourself.
Harry's like a semi-catalyst. Like,
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
like, I feel like Harry is a catalyst to... Harry's a sort of catalyst to his actual father, like, trying to improve his father in a sense. Albert, yeah, I can't fix him. He has bronchitis. Yikes. Who's this guy again? Right, the old man, yes. I mean, if I can make medicine for bronchitis, I would help the guy. Again, I'm not trying to kill as much people in this game. I only did it by accident on Clay because I didn't know if Embrace had additional layers of, like, options. Like, you embrace, but you don't embrace him as in, like, you kill him. You embrace him because you just need his blood or something. But no, it's like, it's not as... It's very complex for no reason at all. Can't go in here. Can I get past this door? No? Okay. Let's talk to Joe again. It means like he's getting bullied again.
You again?
Oh, there's more questions on him. Okay, I'll take the options down here.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
I'm also kind of curious, like, it makes me wonder of these things. Like, there's a few options here already. It's, if I kill the father by embracing him, it might affect Harry more negatively, but it affects the merchant guy more positively. But if I kill the son, it's going to affect Joe super tremendously terribly. But it also would make the benefit of the store owner more happy. So if I take out the store owner, though, I lose my shop. But basically it stops Joe from being an idiot and bullying whoever it is.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Oh, that's so sad that the wife died the way she did then.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. People won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
What do you mean? You're already disappointing him right now. What are you talking about? He's already disappointed. He's stuck in disappointment loop. He's just gonna die here because he knows that he won't be able to come out of here. Get out of here.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
God, this guy's an idiot.
Don't be afraid.
I'm sorry.
Fancy buying something?
You never...
Joe is such an idiot. Like, he personally is such an idiot. I'm sorry. I can't just stop thinking this dumbass is a dumbass. This dum-dum is a dum-dum because he can't just, like, think for himself. Instead, he thinks that he's best. He thinks he knows best, but he doesn't know best. And he just keeps admitting that he doesn't know best, but he still thinks he doesn't. He's doing something the best. It's, like, so stupid. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm just, like... Joe makes me angry. I just don't like his character as much. I get it, but it's just so dumb.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
I mean, everyone hates this place, so that's a general thought. I don't think that's new information.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
Oh, he's a boxer.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
I see. Despair can be a poison. He's just a coward. I don't think he's a coward. He just doesn't know what he's doing anymore because his morning basically just flipped the switch. Basically, his brain has been stuck at the jamming of like being a bully. I'd say despair can be poison.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
True, very true.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
I could if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. Again, I'm not gonna play the villain route though. I'm gonna play this the more normal route.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Like, I want to try to not kill people who are like hard characters, like solid characters to interact with.
You again?
I don't think there's anything new. Yeah, there's nothing new. Okay.
Goodbye, Mr.
I think more of the information will be hidden in the. I think more information will be hidden in the Wet Boot Boys crew. In where we have to find out more information through the gang, because the gang seems to be the one with the most information out of it. All right, we got 1075. It seems like 1075 XP available, so that's pretty good. I'm guessing through talking and getting to know these characters, we get more information off of them. Priest?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh, screw off. This guy's really all about like how religion is more of a power thing.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
I know why, because he doesn't like sciences.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Oh, why don't you nurse someone to health, you dumbass?
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Because she's a
Before
nurse.
coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
I don't know if that's the truth, though, but that is interesting information. I want to see what his health is. Oh, he's fine. Okay. I thought he had more crazy health problems than normal people.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Oh, is it the guy we have in the hospital? I forgot what the guy's name is. The one priest character.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Sounds like he just wants his priest guy to die from sickness, I think, or die from vampire attacks rather, because I think that's what's happened to him.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
Yeah.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Dude, you're telling him to get sick and die. If there was no vampires involved, he would still die from sickness, no matter what.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Let's see what he has to say, I guess.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
You mean the vampire the scowls, basically? What is your plan?
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Oh, this guy is the he's part of the vampire crew, isn't it? I can tell from the desire to burn people, and it sounds kind of like the vampire hunters.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists.
Quite a judgmental...
Okay, this is just looping back to it.
I am. But the...
Okay, I messed up because I didn't want to see that again.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
So this guy wants to burn the whole city down. Where do you put the limit? I'm not gonna ask that dumb question. Science is our only hope. This is the 20th century, ... None of these are really that great answers, though. I'm gonna say this.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does not understand. This is the 20th century.
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Wait, who's Jonathan? Okay, well, is there anything else to talk about? Okay, no, the life in London thing is already pretty much
I have
gone.
had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Man, this priest is such an idiot. Like, he thinks that everyone who's sane, who's normal, should be believing in his belief, which makes zero sense to me a little bit. Alright, cool. I'm gonna talk to that guy that I'm just looking at right there in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Quite the character to talk to at the end of this, but we're gonna get to know more characters. I'm gonna try to get through as much of the characters in this coming episode, hopefully. Not sure how many more people we need to meet. I think the game has it where we're meeting about... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more people to meet, it seems. I don't know. I don't really like Whitaker. I think he's a bad influence to the city, but he's also weird at the same time. I mean, I'll leave him to it, but I'm not killing him or anything like that either. As I said, I'm not going to kill as many as... Like, I'm not going to kill anybody in general. But I'm going to try my best to, like, live with what I can to get these information and kind of understand these characters a bit and how they're written, because I'm kind of curious how they all are written in a way and how do they power or interact with each other. But so far it feels kind of like isolated in a way, like some of them might not even have any relations to any other characters outside of the city, which is kind of... or town, maybe. Like, it just kind of feels weird a little bit. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Everybody Minds, and hope you guys have a great, amazing day, or good night, or whenever watching this. Roz, out.